Hey, Jenny here with Sipping Streams Tea Company for another Thirsty Thursday. And today I wanted to talk about how you can make loose leaf tea. Now there's tons of gadgets and filters and tea travel mugs, infusers, steepers. Actually, they're not called diffusers, but they're infusers. And some people are just like, I don't know how to make loose tea. How do I get started? Well, there's many different options out there, and today I want to show you two very simple options that anyone can get. Most of the time they're like in the grocery store in the cooking section because some people use them for spices and they'll want to, boil spices or cook with it, make sauces, things like that. But the traditional way of making tea, or the very common way of making tea, not the traditional way. The traditional way is totally different in the tea ceremony way. It's the tea ball, and most of you have seen these before, and it's this little ball that you can put your loose leaf tea in or your spices, and some people like to use spices, especially around the holidays, for mulling spices and cider and things like that. So a lot of you are starting to get into loose leaf tea, and so have asked, like, how do I make loose tea? Is it really complicated? No, it's not very complicated. Anything that can strain out the tea can make your loose leaf tea. And so this is essentially just a mini strainer. That's it. You could use a colander if you needed to. Just something to strain out your tea. Or you could just leave the tea leaves in there. It's okay. If you ate the tea leaves, you get all the health benefits from it, actually, like matcha. So when you're just drinking the broth of the tea, you will never get 100% of the health benefits. But if you consume the whole leaf, like in matcha, you do get 100% of the health benefits. The leaves will not poison you. They will not make you sick. They're, if you have digestive issues and you can't swallow things that aren't liquid, then you might have a problem. And another one of my favorite gadgets, and this is a great holiday gift, is the tea stick. This is probably one of our most popular items. And so you just slide it, scoop your tea leaves, close it, and you can stir it if you want. All in one, super slim, never will lose the pieces because, well, it can't come off. It's just stuck on there. I think the only way you could really damage it is if you can somehow melt it or run it over with a car. So I'll show you two different ways on how to make a loose leaf tea. So the tea ball way, the traditional old-fashioned tea ball way. I honestly don't like tea balls, but some people like them because they can put them in their coffee cup or tea travel mug or, take it with them to work. I don't like them because there's too many moving parts. That's where you can possibly have things break eventually over time. So anyways, that's a tea ball. And typically you just want to put about a teaspoon of tea leaves in there. So I have gunpowder green tea today. And just can scoop your tea. No, do not fill your tea infuser up all the way, because if you do, it's not going to expand and you're not going to be able to get the true flavor. Hold on a second, my dogs are making a lot of noise. Remington, Mabel, chair. Okay, they're gonna go sit in their chairs now. Okay, so then you just close it up. And you notice this is not filled all the way. It's only filled like part way. 1 teaspoon per cup of water. 1 teaspoon per 8 ounces of hot water. More tea is not better tea. In fact, that's really bitter tea. So just put it in your cup or mug. Just showing you with a glass beer cup for Yukon Quest. Then just pour in your hot water. And some people like the tea balls because they can sit on the bottom of their cups, and you can just have the chain hanging over the edge of it. And then your tea ball is good to go. Just wait the appropriate amount of time. I don't know if you can see it, but there's actual particles moving around in there. So it's infusing right now. And you can never really judge the true flavor of tea by the color, because color can change, like lighting, time, temperature, so many different issues cause the color. So just because it doesn't have the color you were hoping for does not mean it has bad flavor. Because remember, good quality tea you can re-steep up to 4 times. They usually get better the second or third time that you re-steep them. Now with the tea stick, which is like my favorite. I actually don't own one of these because I just have a tea travel mug for everything. So you slide it open. You got your loose leaf tea jar. You scoop it so it's like a spoon and it measures it for you. And then you close it. I usually don't fill this when it's way up in the air. And then you can just put it in your favorite mug or cup. I have my halibut and salmon mug. I love fishing, so I'll show you my glass mug. And it's all in the water, so you can just stir it. And it just leans over the edge. It fits in your purse or a bag, super portable, super light, super durable. And nothing is leaking out of the holes because they're really, really fine holes. So yeah, these are some great options on how to make your loose leaf tea. These are different infusers, steepers that are very small and portable. Great for a holiday gift right now because you can send it in the mail and it's very small and light. And it's a great option for when you want to get started with loose leaf tea that's super simple and low maintenance. So if you know anyone who would really benefit from this video, or you have any topics that you want me to cover, please write them down below and please share this with your friends and family. Now, it's December right now, it's starting to get cold out, and this is a great time to share tea. So please let your friends and family know about our Facebook Live every Thursday at about 3 o'clock. And please share this out with anybody who you think would benefit with these neat tea gadgets. And we'll see you again next week here at Sipping Stream's Facebook page.